Yo, what's up, guys? This is Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting. I'm one of the HCS commentators, analysts, and grassroots content creators, and we have another HCS report where today we're talking all about our Open Series Day 2, and of course, Optic being back. Let's talk about it. We're going to hop right into that day number 2 where it got started with Shopify Rebellion and Space Station Gaming going at it. And Again, Shopify Rebellion continued to impress, and they were playing on another level on their way to 3-1 Space Station Gaming, the winners of HCS Arlington, the land champions, and a 3-1 then upset by Shopify Rebellion once again and sent down to the elimination bracket, starting to become a bit of a rivalry as many times as Shopify Rebellion and Space Station Gaming continue to match up week after week. But Rebellion get the best of them, and Rebellion make it to the winners bracket finals. On the opposite side of the bracket, we had Sentinels, who haven't matched up against Optic, as much in the Open Series this season as they did last season. Last season, they always were matching up. And this season, they take Optic the distance. They take them to a Game 5. You already know Optic Gaming. They were on something today. They said people done forgot. People done stopped mentioning Optic Gaming when it came to legitimate tournament winners or threats to win tournaments since Arlington, which, by the way, they made it to a grand finals at Arlington, but they were a little bit quiet or not showing up to these Open Series tournaments. Well, Optic were on one, and they beat Sentinels by 1, 3-2 over Sentinels, and we saw a winners bracket finals that featured both Optic and Shopify Rebellion, who have been upsetting teams left and right, who have won an Open Series tournament so far, something that Optic Gaming haven't done in 2024, but it was Optic Gaming that 3-1 Shopify Rebellion, send them down to the lower bracket, and at this point, Optic, going into the grand finals, were the favorites to win the Open Series tournament. Fast forward to round 6 of the lower bracket. Everybody in the tournament at this point was guaranteed top 12. But on both sides of the lower bracket, both Proton Gaming and Still Deciding forfeiting their matchup. And a lot of you guys are probably thinking, why? Why would they do that? And a lot of you guys are probably thinking, oh, well, we know why. And if you haven't already, check out my last video that was posted a little bit earlier before this one if you want to get the lowdown. But there's a bit of Rosetermania that involves both of these rosters, and they're deciding that if they can't play with their new starting rosters, because again, you started this tournament with a particular roster, and then you decided to make a roster change in the middle of the tournament because it started on Sunday and it ended on Thursday. You couldn't change your roster in the middle of a tournament. So both Proton and Still Deciding end up forfeiting, and both Cloud9 and FaZe move forward, where they played each other, where we've seen Cloud9 upset Optic Gaming in the past. They weren't upsetting FaZe. Actually, FaZe coming out with the 3-0 sweep. Moving on up. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of things, you had Native Gaming with the 3-0 against Reversal Perfy, a very good Reversal Perfy roster, and a Native Gaming who were struggling in the beginning of the year, but maybe starting last week, were finally starting to get their footing a bit. Had a really good matchup against Space Station Gaming where they played really well, and now 3-0ing Reversal Perfy, big win out of Native. Then Bittersweet with the upset against Complexity. Bittersweet with the 3-1 upset against Complexity. This was wild. This right here. When I looked at the bracket, I said, well, Complexity have an easy road to make it deep within the tournament. They didn't even make it out of the top 12. Complexity have so much to prove and have so much potential. So far, it feels like they've left a little bit on the table. Bittersweet moved forward to play against Native Gaming. A Native Gaming roster that I said we're just starting to figure things out, and then it's Native that 3-0 Bittersweet. The same Bittersweet that upset Complexity. One can say if A squared plus B squared equals C squared, that means Native could have beat Complexity today. Big 3-0 coming out of Native, and I said it last week. I've been hard on Native, and I've been hard on them for a reason. I've been hard on Native for a reason. They have not looked good. But since last week, since their very good performance against SSG, even though they didn't beat them, but since their very good performance against SSG last week, I said this is a team that's finally starting to figure it out. Big wins against Reversal Perfy, big wins against Bittersweet. We're finally going to start putting some respect on Native Gaming's name. When we talk about teams that are a threat to make the top 8, can make a top 6. Who knows, go on a run, maybe make it further than that. But let's talk baby steps. When we talk about threats to make top 8 and top 6, we're going to start putting Native within those conversations again. Finally, we move over to Losers Bracket Round 8. This is a round matchup where you are guaranteed top 6 in the tournament. That's it. Only guaranteed top 6 in the tournament. And once again, we see a Space Station Gaming and FaZe matchup. A matchup that you would expect to see in a Winners Bracket Finals, where you're guaranteed top 3. Where if you win it, you make it into a Grand Finals and you're the favorites to win the tournament. Once again, we see the match up in a top 6. One of these teams that we have claimed to be the core of the big 3 is not making it out of the top 6. And this time it was your reigning world champions that get taken out in 5 by Space Station Gaming. That's right, your reigning world champions once again finishing in top 6. The bracket is merciless, man. The bracket be bracketing, as the kids would say. Did I get that right? I will edit it or something. Shut up. Space Station Gaming move forward, and so do Sentinels with the 3-1 over Native. I like Native. I said they were moving in the right direction. However, I think there is still a level in between Native and Sentinels right now. I think Native right now needs to get out of the conversations of top 16 and top 12 and start getting to the conversations of, okay, we're a top 8 team and we have a stretch goal of top 6. Then we start moving in the right direction. Meanwhile, right now, I have Sentinels as like a legit top 8 team, a legit top 6 team. And if Sentinels, play at their best and things go their way, they make top 4. They maybe make top 3. They have upset potential. I think Native are starting to move within that direction, but right now, Native are not on the same plane as Sentinels. And this is not me being disrespectful. I'm just saying, as of right now, I don't have Native in the same level as where I have Sentinels. I have Sentinels that have been thriving for a while. Take Arlington out of the picture. They've been thriving for a while. They've picked up precision and somehow have looked better. Meanwhile, Native, they've been struggling. So, again, not to be disrespectful, right now they're not on the same level, and I'm not surprised that Sentinels 3-1 Native. Sentinels 3-2 Space Station Gaming. Sentinels 3-2 Space Station Gaming. Wow. Another upset. Another upset coming out of Sentinels. Dude, I know there's a lot of people that are sitting there probably saying, oh, it's just online. Online doesn't matter. Bring it to land. We don't care about sea. As of right now, the big 3 are not looking like a big 3. And then let me explain. I know a lot of you guys are probably going crazy. I'm just saying, in the past, and even starting this year, If you were to ask who were the bona fide top 3 of every single tournament, and this would not shake. If you had to put, or let me rephrase it. If you had to put money on who would make the top 3 every single tournament, you would say FaZe, you would say SSG, you would say Optic, and I would listen to that, and I would say, you know what? You're probably going to win your money. If you asked me right now to predict the top 3 of every single tournament, damn it, predict the top 3 of, say, 3 of the tournaments for the rest of the year, I would literally not put that bet in. I wouldn't. Because the top 3 is volatile. There's a chance that 2 of them make it through, but I don't know if all 3 are going to. I don't know. Sentinels are really good. Shopify Rebellion are really good. Proton Gaming are now making some moves. You know, Quadrant Foe. Cloud9 made a top 4. I don't know. It's any given Friday, Saturday, or Sunday that one of them could lose. And once you get down to the lower bracket, you have a target on your back. One loss and you're out of the tournament. And at this point, so many teams have upset potential. I don't know. I really don't. Sentinel with a 3-2 over Space Station Gaming. Sentinel then match up against Shopify Rebellion. This is a matchup I always want to see, because this was becoming a rivalry for a bit. Then Shopify Rebellion started putting themselves in some different territory, and they prove it again, because although Shopify Rebellion, we were talking about them being in the top 4, you know, them saying that maybe there's a big 4, not just a big 3. That was Wes's words before Arlington. It was my dark horse team in Rebellion to come out with the 3-1 over Sentinels, and every time you say that Shopify Rebellion are a fluke, every time you sit there and say that you are a non-believer in the Shopify Rebellion roster, they come out and they smack you in the face. Keep doubting this team, because at this point they feed off of it. The more doubt, the more negativity, the more hatred you have on Shopify Rebellion, the stronger they get. Like a sick anime character. I don't even know. Shopify Rebellion with the 3-1 over Sentinels, making it to a grand finals where they match up against Optic Gaming, bring them to a game 5. Win that game 5, reset the bracket, reset the grand finals, and maybe ran out of steam. As it was Optic Gaming that made it through the winner's side, made it to that winner's bracket finals, and started off this tournament as the favorites to win it. And although they dropped one series to Rebellion, they would not drop another. In fact, they would 3-0 sweep in that grand finals reset. Optic Gaming are back. Now the question I have for you guys is, can Optic win a tournament? Going into London, for example, we're not in Arlington, we're not in their home base, we don't have their home crowd. In fact, this is unfamiliar territory. I don't know how far Optic fans travel. Did they travel overseas? 'Cause I know out here in America, especially Texas, we were all Texas last year. They were real. The Optic fans are real. I don't know. We go to London, and it's a different home crowd. We go into quadrant territory. It'll be green. It won't be Optic green. A little more lime. Do you think that Optic can win in London? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're on the YouTube, if you're watching it and it's edited, it's probably beautiful, pretty. Let me know, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's really good for the algorithm, and it pushes my content to more people that may enjoy it. If you're watching on the Twitch, hey, same question. Let's talk about it in the chat for a little bit. I record these videos live on Twitch, unedited, unfiltered, unadulterated me. I don't know. Just straight up me before they make it to the YouTube. So let's talk about it. Can Optic Gaming win London? All right, guys. Peace out.